Leadership. He is a definition by himself, so I don't have to introduce him. You will understand why I'm saying this. The energy, the enthusiasm, the dynamism that we talk about IAM is what came from here. Thank you very much. Over to you, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's always very nostalgic to come back and to speak to all the juniors. I think what ma'am has done to all our lives is something that, I can't add words, and I wouldn't be able to justify if I just tell what she's done to us. I think you're very lucky to have Maitri ma'am leading you, and you guys are in the safest hands of the planet. What we are for the last 33 years, the college started in 1989, but I joined in 1998, and the batches have gone by. She's single-handedly created each one of us. She's carved each one of, she's carved us out, she's sculpted us to what we are. And this is not true just for me, this is true for every single human being who's graduated from this institution, some about, for the last 3 decades who've been graduated. But I think time's short, so I'll use this time to just let you know that you guys are very lucky to inherit these chairs. The chairs where you're sitting, the red lovely chairs that you see, these are not the normal chairs. This is not a chair where you would just come and sit every day in the morning. This is a very special chair. You know why? Because this is the same chair where legends were sitting at one point in time. Yes. People who control the hospitality industry were in this room at some point in time. Yes, sir. People who take decisions in hospitality industry were sitting here somewhere in this chair. People today who control the hospitality industry, who take decisions, who decide the room rates of Indian hospitality industry, were somewhere sitting at some point in time. 3 decades. So this chair that you're sitting is not a normal chair. It's a very special chair. The moment you take admission in IAM, you inherit that legacy that has been created by all these stalwarts who've graduated over these years. And you inherit a legacy that you'll have to carry it forward. You'll have to take it forward, you'll have to give it to your juniors. You'll have to give it to your juniors because it's your responsibility to ensure that you, spread the cheer around and you leave something behind for the new generations to come. We always say this, that, ma'am, me, we are all custodians of this brand. This brand is owned by you, this brand is owned by students, this brand is owned by me. As a student, it's owned by me. It's my institution. It's my college. Because, and it's my responsibility to take it forward. So what happened is that now when you've got into IAM and now you're sitting on these chairs, it's now your responsibility to carry forward the legacy forward and achieve success and learn as much as you can, because your juniors are going to come 2 years, 3 years down the line. Ma'am will talk about your batch to them, likewise, about what you guys have done. This is one place which has created these masters over the years, and as you come and sit here, you really don't realize where you're sitting and the kind of legacy that you are trading and the kind of legacy that you're walking on. As for me, I think it's very nostalgic, coming back to the college, because this is the very same place where I used to sit. Normally second bench, or the second bench chairs was the one where I used to sit. That's what my position was. I did the center on the right side somewhere in the second bench. 1998, when I came for the first time here, 98 to 2001, was the time when I was here and along with my batch, and all of us are doing very well around. And my seniors, if I talk about, these guys are handling the industry and I still look up to them, who were my seniors, like Mr. Vikas, who's now the Vice President for Radisson Hotels, lives in Shimla, handles the Radisson Hotels, Shimla, Khajuraho, part of this batch, part of this class, part of this chair, part of this table, part of this ecosystem. So, you know, a lot of people have graduated, a lot of people have actually achieved a lot through this. You know, now, a lot of people will come and talk about their success stories, a lot of people will come and talk about what they have achieved in life, a lot of people will come and talk about what you need to achieve in life. I think the bigger question is, what's in for me? How will I achieve success? And that's what matters to you the most, yes? I think what's important is that you need to realize that there are a lot of questions that are being asked to you today. Your parents, your friends, your family, your cousins, everybody wants to know what exactly you want to do, where exactly you will go, what is expected out of myself. And I think that's what is important for you to go. As far as the place is concerned, we are one of the best places you can be. There is no better place on the planet to shape your career in the hospitality industry than this. It's a great institution. But yes, having said this, all those stalwarts who I am talking about have already achieved what they wanted to, and they're still going very strong, taking decisions in the hospitality industry. But what about you, is the question. What you need to do in order to move up the ladder, what you need to do in order to move up your career. Because I think that's what matters. That's what you want to hear, that's what you want to know. That's exactly what you are interested to know and exactly what you need to do. You know? So there are a few things that we'll talk about today which will help you to grow possibly, and there are a few things that we'll talk about which brings more focus to you. It's very important for you to understand that life is going to move at a very fast pace. Just about, if you close your eyes and you think, just about, you know, in a blink of an eye, you've crossed from class 7 to class 12 and now you're in college. With a blink of an eye, you will be in the farewell day when you graduate and you will start working. So these are the most 3 beautiful years of your life that you will ever get. Till today, we only talk about our college life. We don't miss our schools as much as we do our college. So I think these are one of the beautiful years. And just about 2 days ago, we were there in Delhi together, meeting the batch 2001. There was an alumni get together. We were only talking about the college. And we only talk about the college because this is the only memories that we have. So what you're going to get into is one of the most 3 beautiful years of your life. And you need to clutch on to it. And I don't mean clutch on to it. What I mean to say is that you need to live these 3 years. You need to live these 3 years to the utmost of your abilities, make decisions, be active, be involved in whatever that you want to do, because life's really running fast. You know, it's all about dreaming big, it's all about dreaming, it's all about achieving those dreams. That's what life is all about, and that's what I want you guys to do. You know, if possibly, I'm sure you've heard about Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, you've heard about all these people who achieved a lot of success in life. They've all achieved success, and you know, there was one common thing that they all had. Whether, you know, if you go to all people who have achieved success in life, they have, all these people, whether it was Mr. MS Oberoi, whether it was Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, whether it was Elon Musk, whether it's Mark Zuckerberg, you know, there's only one common thing that they all have done in their lives. There's only one common thing. I've studied these guys very closely whenever I get the time to understand what makes them successful. And you know, surprisingly, there's only one common thing that I found in them. And it's identically the same in Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, in Mr. Elon Musk, in Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. They are different from their countries, they're different from their, you know, different from the origin, they're different from the background, but there's one common thing that they have. And you know what's that one common thing that they follow, or they have? And that one common thing that they have is that they love doing things what failures hate to do. That's one common thing they have. So whatever failures hate to do is something that they love. And it's a very strong thing that I see and I witness in them, because that's what makes them what they are. So now, if that is something which is common, which means that this is a commonality amongst all successful people, and that's what you need to look out for. That's what you need to hunt for, as to what are the things that failures hate to do. So the question here is, what is it that you hate to do? That's the big question. Once you understand what you hate to do, it's something that you need to fall in love with. Because that's exactly what Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani have done all their lives. So what you need to understand, what you hate to do. If you hate to participate in something, then you need to participate more. If you hate to come to college every day, then you need to fall in love to come to college every day. If you hate to open your books, then that is what you need to do, because that's the key of success. It's very simple, no rocket science. It's not about studies, Life, she knows it. I worked very hard, by the way, in my third year, and surprisingly to my surprise, I got I got very good marks in front office, over 70%, which was, by my standards, amazing. I was on the top of the world, as if I cracked an IIT, because I never got 70% in my mark. 70% marks I never got in my life after class 2. So class 2 I was a topper. After that I never topped, and then I got 70%. But you know what? The sad part is that nobody saw that certificate till date. That certificate is still lying rotting in my file. What I'm trying to say, she's going to kill me after this. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying that you stop studying. Okay? Then Abdullah sir came and he said stop studying. What I'm trying to tell you is that life, you need that certificate for the first job. But life, success, nobody will look into your certificates or your file or your degrees that they're only pieces of paper. No value at all. For me, what values is my work. What values is my madness and passion with what I do. And that's why people respect me. That's why people possibly know me. Then nobody knows about my marks, nobody knows about my degree, nobody knows about what I have got or what I have achieved in my marks. It's all in my file, kept one place, and that's it. I only look up, I only take it out whenever I'm cleaning my desk. I only just turn the page and I only keep it back. That's the story for the last 20 years or so. So what I'm trying to tell you is that life is not about marks. So just in case if anybody feels that you're a 90%er, you're a 100%er, or you're a 50%er, life has nothing to do with marks. If you're a 100%er, great, well done, congratulations. You're already on a head start. But life is not a race, it's a rally. You understand the difference between a race and a rally?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So life is not a race, it's a rally. Which means that it's a long haul. You need to deliver every day. Because every day is a new day. You've seen this, I'm sure you know who Sachin Tendulkar is.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure you know that even he used to get out on top.
Yes.
The thing is that you need to go and play every day a new game. You are as good as your last best job. So just in case you think you've done something amazing today, you can be happy for 1 minute, but after that you don't need to be, because that's already history. That 1 minute has gone and never come back. So no matter how good you are, you need to deliver it, you need to be it again and again and again. Success is an ongoing process. It's not a destination. It's a journey. What we fail to understand is that we try to put success in, we try to start aiming for success as a destination, and that's where we falter. Some of us aim at as a destination to crack an empty. That's my destination. That's success. No, that is a journey. It is a journey. It's a step in a journey. Simple. You've cracked an empty, but that's what? Then what? You need to still deliver, right? I know a lot of students who cracked empty, who cracked OCLDs, and they were the only ones in the batch who cracked OCLDs, but they never could do well in their lives. And the ones who did not crack OCLDs really went ahead of them. So it's all fair. It's all about how you deliver every day. That's what life is. So just in case anybody feels that, by getting 90 marks you'll be on top of the heaven or top of the sky, I don't think so. It's great, it's good. You're already on a head start, you know. So, but you need to maintain that. You need to maintain that. If you don't maintain that, you will lose behind. So life is about small things that you need to achieve because life is really short. And you need to really dream big for a simple reason that your dreams are the only ones that will take you forward. In life, or possibly if I talk about success, you know, it's all about that madness in you that will take you forward. It's very simple. It's about the quality work that you do. It's all about creativity. It's all about participating. Tajarba. You know what that means? Experience? There's no book. There's no written book. You have to experience, you have to walk towards it. You know, so what happens at your generation, it's not your fault, but the generation is such that if you have to buy a phone, you go on Amazon, right? If you have to buy a shirt, you go on Myntra. If you have to sell your car, you go on OLX. If you want to purchase something second-hand, you go on OLX. You want to sell something, you go on OLX, right? Unfortunately, success doesn't have an application. You need to walk towards it. So a lot of generation feels that success is in this application. You type success and somebody's Harry Potter is going to come and give you a, give you success and there you will go. But that's not true. That's not true. So I think for success you need to really walk towards it. You need to achieve. You need to achieve those dreams, or you need to achieve that madness that you really think or you really have here. Just in case you think that someday you will get successful, this is only a thought unless you start working every day, because success is a journey, it's not a destination. So you need to walk towards it every day, take small steps. And how do you do that? Very simple, coming down at your level if I talk. You know, in college, how you can achieve success is making sure that you're regular to the class. Making sure, because I was in college, I've seen that. The only thing I ensured in my career, what I've done is that I ensured in college life, I did an 8 hours of sleep. I ensured that I sleep for 8 hours and I attend college regularly. That's it. These are the two things that made me what I am today. I never bunked college. I ensure that I sleep, because if I'm rested well, I can concentrate in the class. I never made my notes. I had one copy and that was also half full till the end of the third year. I mean, sorry about this, but just talking to our kids, I'll be honest. So I had one register and to be honest, I never made notes. I just used to listen in the class and that's it. And everybody used to tell me, my mother used to tell me, Abdullah, you sit just 20 days before the examination. 1 week before you open your books and you manage 50%. If you study the whole year, you will get 90%. And my answer was, who wants to get 90%? Who will play then? If I said, who will go to do cycling? Who will go and play football? And she used to hit me. And you need to, because I used to open my books 1 week before the examinations. And the rest of the year, I used to just chill out. I never opened my book. And that's what I did in college, just two things. 8 hours of sleep and regular to college. My attendance, even today, if you check, if it was ever 97% and less in 3 years, we were scared. Only once I remember my attendance came to 90% because I think I was out back. Collarbone, she reminded me, yes, exactly. Yeah, so we fought. We fought in the hostel, and there was this one guy, I will not name him, very good dear friend to me even today, and we fought, and then he sat on me. As a result, my collarbone went off, and I had not a fracture, but it was a dislocation of this space. So that was the only time my attendance came down to 89%. Throughout the year, 3 years, my attendance was 97 and above. Even today, if you check the records of the college, you will do that. But sitting in the class, I only used to concentrate and listen. That's it. No notes. 15 days back before the exam, open the books, read, things to remember, done, sorted, end of the story. Close the book and go for a movie. One day before, I was a guy who used to go to Esplanade. One day before, wherever all the studious guys were studying, me and Vineet Kapoor and Shahwan Hassan, 3 of us, we were the only ones who were loitering outside possibly one day before in the evening, and then come back at 7 o'clock in the evening and open the book at 7 or 8 when our dinner used to come. That was the time when we used to open the books. Just one day before. That was only because I was regular in the college. I exactly knew what's happening because I was attentive. I was listening to the sessions. I was listening to the teachers. I never had these gadgets with me to play around. So these are the things that distract you. This is power, but if not controlled properly, it will destroy you. With all these video games and with all these PUBGs and with all these, they're simply meant to disturb and to derail you. If you want to be successful, learn to handle these. It's a very powerful gadget. It can either make you or it can break you. Fortunately, this was not there during our times. There was no mobile phone. We never had. The first time mobile I got was when I was in third year when ma'am gifted me a mobile because I was handling Tarang. So she had an Alcatel mobile phone, I still remember, which was like a dumbbell, which was as heavy. If I would have hit at your head would have broken. It was so strong. It was like a brick, which was given to me by ma'am. But that was the only mobile phone, not her fault. Yeah, come on. So that was the only mobile phone that was there. Alcatel, I still remember. So first mobile phone in my life that I got was in the third year. That was the official number that I got from college because I was handling Tarang, which is a festival. And there were a lot of calls coming, so mobile was given to me by now, which I submitted back after I finished the session. So what you need to do is that, I can talk big things, but coming at your level, this is one thing that you need to control. If you really want to be successful. Yes. These Insta, the reels that you see, the 2 hours that you waste watching reels is something that will spoil you. But rather I would say pick up your bat and go and play soccer in the field. That will make you stronger rather than wasting your 2 hours on reels in the evening. It's a very powerful tool. This mobile phone is a very powerful tool. It can either make you or break you. Now when I talk about breaking you, I also need to talk about making you. So what will make you? You all have got mobile phones?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take them out. It's very important to develop your personality, and there are 2 kinds of personality that you have. One is a digital personality, one is a physical personality. Alright? Physical personality is an ongoing process, whereas a digital personality is something that you need to start building. And how do you build your digital personality? Through your mobile phones. Alright? So understand, and this I always talk to all my students when I talk, social media is a marketing tool. When it was made, when Facebook, YouTube was made, Instagram was made, it was a marketing tool, which means that this particular tool was made only to market. For example, if you are on your Google and you search for Goa hotels, all of a sudden you will start seeing ads on Goa. Have you realized this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, if you are checking Indian Railways or if you're checking Indian Vistara Airlines from here to Bangkok, all of a sudden you'll start seeing Bangkok hotels.
Yes.
Have you realized that?
Yes, sir.
Because that's artificial intelligence. That's tracking you.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because this was made as a marketing tool. Alright? So understand now this, because it was made as a marketing tool, understand that since this was made as a marketing tool, this has to be used as a marketing tool to develop your digital personality. Facebook, social media is not the place where you want to click selfies and put thinking that feeling happy, feeling sad, having gulgappas with friend and put it on the social media. You can do that. It's your choice. So for that you need to have, why I'm saying, because every day, everybody who wants to, if you want to know me, what will you do? Today if you want to know me, what do you do? You go on my social media page, you scroll for 10 minutes, you get to know what kind of a person I am. Correct?
Yes, sir.
That's what we all do, huh?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to know about him, about this guy, what's his name? Vikramji. So if you want to know about Vikramji, and if you don't know him, what will you do? Go on the Facebook page, scroll. And if you see too many ghazals, if you see too many Shero Shairi, you will feel Shaira. Yes?
Yes, sir.
But if you see all motorbikes, cars, biking rallies, videos on him, you will feel interesting. And you see paragliding, bungee jumping, all these videos of his, then you get impressed. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it's a marketing tool. Now you need to use it to your advantage. This is not a tool which you will click selfie and put it on the Facebook. No one's interested. If I click a selfie and put it on the Facebook, who's interested? Am I Shah Rukh Khan?
No.
Then why will you be interested in? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, no one's interested. What you're posting on the Facebook, no one's interested. You say feeling sad. People who hate you the most will be happier the most when they know that you are feeling sad. Agreed? Let's say somebody hates you. Somebody does not like you. And you're saying feeling sad. And you put on the Facebook. Who will be happy? The person who hates you. So why make them happy? There was a time when your parents used to write those, I don't know whether you know it or not, but there was a time when people used to write those diaries.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you ever touch a diary, they will hit you. Don't dare touch my diary. Now today is opposite. You will put everything personal on the Facebook, and if only 2 likes come, you will go into depression. But if 100 likes come, you will be happy. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is what you need to understand. It's a marketing tool. It's not a tool to put your personal life. All social media. But if you want to put, you put. But that should be a closed circuit, not for the public. Because it's your CV. Social media is your CV. So if you want, you all dress up when you go in a marriage.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Have you ever walked into a marriage wearing a short slippers and t-shirt?
No.
Right? Why? Because you want people to know you as smart and handsome. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Because that is the place where you're building your physical personality. So what about your digital personality? So never put any picture, whatever picture that you're posting should be handsome and smart on the social media, because that is a tool that is used to build your digital profile. That is not a tool to put your personal picture with at Esplanade, Rakala having kachori. That's not a tool for that. You can do it, but that should be your closed circuit. Because all the HRs today, all the recruiters today, if they want to know you, they will scan your. So there are 2 kinds of personalities we need to live with. One is our personal front, one is a physical personality, one is a digital personality. So you all need to learn the digital personality, because that is why you will get success. You know why? Because the decision to shortlist your CV will depend on your picture that is uploaded on the social media. You apply for an Oberoi Hotels interview. Okay? And imagine you're standing in a t-shirt holding a pitchkari, you know, that holy pitchkari with all colored. You think your CV will get shortlisted? Your LinkedIn profile will get shortlisted?
No.
But there is a very formal picture that you put on the social media, just with tie and everything, scarf, pocket square, just the face. Which photo has a better chance for the CV to get shortlisted?
This one.
Because social media is a digital tool to bring up your digital personality. And that's what you need to focus on. So today the paradigm of success has changed. It is not about just your physical personality. So this is one digital bit. But coming back to your own dreams, you know, success is something which is directly related to your wish and fancies. It's okay if you want to own a Mercedes Benz, if you want to drive your own Porsche and Ferrari, it's fine. It's your dream. You need to spell it out. No matter how big or how big that dream is or how small that dream is. If it's your dream, it's your dream. Simple, end of the story. You need to walk towards it. It's very important to have these realistic dreams in life so that you start walking towards it. Life is not about, there's no Harry Potter, unfortunately. There's no Harry Potter. We all see success stories. We never talk about our failures, right? Has anybody come and talked about the failures? But it's okay to fail in life. It's fine. Don't get depressed if you fail in life ever. Because all of us have seen our failures as well. All of us. It's not that we were all born to succeed. No. Day and night happens, so it's okay to fail as well in life. I failed tremendously when I opened my business, when man was talking about it way back in 2004. Successfully closed it after suffering heavy losses. But I learned how not to run the business when I failed, and that experience I use it today. So failures also teach you something.
Yes.
We always, everybody will come and talk about their success stories. Nobody talks about their failures. But it's okay, guys. Because this is one common thing that I find a lot of students get depressed, and a lot of students get, a lot of students feel if they do not succeed, they feel that they are losing the war. They are losing the life battle. The problem is that we don't talk about our failures. With every one success story, there are 10 failures. I'm a live example. So many times I've failed, but every time I've failed, I've learned something, I've got up and started walking again. So it's not important to fail, it's important to get up after you fail. It's important to learn how to get up after you fail. That's important. If you know how to get up and start running again, you'll be a winner. Simple. Now how do you do that? Very simple. Be regular to the place that you work in. There are only two formulas of success in life. Only two formulas. And those two formulas are best explained in Hindi. And put this formula everywhere and tell this to the students everywhere. And you know what those best two formulas are to get successful? या तो किसी के हो जाओ या किसी को अपना बनाओ. बस. There's no third formula of success. Now what I mean to say is that when you work, when you're studying in this college, there are only two formulas of success if you want to become successful. Either become a part of this college, like bricks and mortar, or make this college as your own. This is your property, you own it, boss. When you work in a hotel and you get a job, apply this formula there. And these are the only two formulas that will take you to where you want to go, otherwise no. Marks and all is all secondary. You need to be regular, understand that. Even if you're, now my question to you, I'll ask this question because a lot of students don't understand when I say this. So if there is a gardener you hire, let's say you hired a gardener, okay? And that gardener comes 15 days, you hired him for the full month. Now you hired him for 15. Now this gardener sometimes comes 15 days a month, sometimes he comes 18 days in a month, sometimes he comes 9 days in a month. What do you do? Fire him, right? See? You will not even tolerate a gardener. How can you think that you will follow the same pattern in a job or in a college? If you can't tolerate a gardener, if he is not coming regularly, you will fire him, right?
Yes.
Understand the importance of irregularity. Irregularity you understand. And that is why you will fire a gardener, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But then why are you not regular to the college? Question. I leave it to you. Because success is for you to walk, my dear, not for me. I am walking my own life. I am walking up the own ladder that I want to climb. Your success is with you. Your ladder is with you. You need to climb, not me. So you need to decide. So the next time when you get up in the morning and when you think, I don't want to go to the college, remember the gardener story. You yourself will not tolerate the gardener. And you are here wanting to build a career for yourself and possibly walk around the world. You can, but you need to get attentive, regular. Regular is more important than attentive. You can come once in a month and be attentive. That will not help you.
Yes.
You have to come regularly. Even if you are less attentive, it's fine, but come regularly because experience, tajarba, is something that will come only when you start working. There is no application here on Amazon which can give you success. There is no book written on experience. Experience is what makes you strong. What I am today is because of the experience that I got here in this college, of working, of organizing, of executing, of listening, of doing things, right or wrong. You got punished as well for the things that you've done wrong. She's saying not to share. I will not share because I was punished as well. But those punishments taught me what pot to pick and what pot not to pick. And I learned. That's a story that she and me knows only, and our batch knows, no one else knows. But those punishments are important. Those decisions were important. Right or wrong is part of life. day and night. Have you ever seen a place where there is 24 hours day?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen a place where there is 24 hours of night? Where have you seen?
No, sir.
Every day and night happens, no?
Yes, sir.
So when day and night happens, success and failure is also a part of life. Who said failures won't happen? Who said mistakes won't happen? Nobody is perfect. The more you make mistakes, the more you make mistakes, the more you go forward. And that is why it is important for you to decide to take action and to make mistakes so that you go forward. Because if you don't make mistakes, you will never learn. We've done a lot of mistakes and we've learned. And we've grown. Possibly we've grown because we made mistakes. If we would have been sitting in one corner of the class, not participating in anything, quietly coming and quietly going, I won't have become what I am. It's because of the mistakes that we've done. And college is the only place where you can make mistakes and then get it rectified as well. Outside the world is very bad. They won't allow you for a mistake. There is no chance of mistake. Then you will be chucked out. College, you can make as many mistakes as possible. You will be pardoned. You need to be true to it. Then, okay, ma'am, I did. I apologize. I will not repeat it. But the rule is make mistakes, but the rule is don't repeat that mistake. That's the rule. Not that you keep repeating the same mistakes. Very simple. You really don't need to break rocks to become that person you want to become. You really don't want to break that rock that you feel to become a general manager or vice president of a hotel. You really don't need to do much, just you need to be regular, that's it. All your super duper seniors who graduated from the same seats are today controlling the industry. They used to sit on these chairs. And today they are working all over the world. The world is controlled by us, by all of us alumni. We control the world. We control the hospitality industry. We decide, we take decisions, we decide how hospitality industry has to be lived around the world. We control it. IAMites control it. 33 years, remember, 33 years today, we decide where the industry is going. That's your seniors, super duper seniors. We take decisions. What happens tomorrow in the industry is decided by your seniors. Feel proud of it. But that they have achieved. What about you? Is the question. They have left a legacy for you. Today you go as an IAMite to any hotel where there is a general manager, so many GMs, so many people working. They all take you with love downs. Because you are IAMites. You belong to the brand. The brand owns you. That is the power that you have. You must be thinking, I always say this to all students, what makes us so special? Is it some branding? Is it some marketing exercise? No. The industry is controlled by us. That's it. That makes us special. That makes you special. Because the industry is controlled by your super duper seniors. So you don't need to go and introduce a GM that you're from IAM. Possibly chances are that half of the GMs that you meet will be graduates of this college. So you don't need to introduce anything. You don't need to introduce the college that this is IAM, situated in Salt Lake City, Calcutta, Naipatti. You don't need to give the address, boss. Call up GM and they know. Because of the legacy they have created. But what about you? You need to be ready. That's it. Simple. Sleep 8 hours a day. How many of you want to be successful in life? Raise your hands. Let me see. Alright. Can you sleep 8 hours a day?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You need to do this. The problem in today's life is that we are up the whole night and we are sleeping in the class. Right?
Yes.
That's the problem. Success has an aim. If you sleep in the class, success will never come. Success looks for people who are wide awake in the class while the class is on. That is what success looks for. If in the class, you come and sleep, write yourself off. Marks, you might sleep thinking in the class that I'll get marks. That has no value. That's value only for the first job. What after that? Only the first job will give you that first job. The marks, your education, whatever that you've learned is good enough for your first job. After that is your continuous development. What I have learned today is on the job, right? So the degrees, the qualifications that you're earning today possibly will hold you good for the next 5 years. After that is your work and your self-skilling. But that will not happen if you don't get serious today. So that is why it is important for you to realize that life is really running fast and you don't have time. You have to get into discipline. Discipline is very important. I am sure that 8 hours of sleep is a must. 10 o'clock, I was out. No matter what happens in the hostel, except Saturday nights, when we used to bunk as well. Now there are no hostels, so we used to go out as well without she getting to know about it and getting caught as well sometimes. That was only on Saturday. Monday to Friday. Sorry, Sunday to Friday. Saturday night was a special night, but Sunday night to Friday night. 10 o'clock, Abdullah, Ahmed and Shaban Hassan were sleeping in our hostels of 10-15 max and get up at 7 in the morning. Good 8-9 hours sleep, 8 hours sleep, easy. We used to get up at 6 or 7. 8-9 hours sleep must. So when we used to come, both of us and the rest of my other friends, we were attentive in class. That's what made the difference. This tool is a very powerful tool. If you do not, see, if you do not handle it well, it will ring the bell next. Okay, so I told you take your mobile phones out. There is something called InShots. Do you have that application?
Yes.
Already done? No. The ones who do not have, there is a red dice like application called InShots. The ones who don't have, please download it. INSHORTS, InShots. Download that in your application and make sure that you're studying and adding value to yourself. How do you travel every day in the morning?
Bus.
Bus? What do you do in the bus when you're sitting? What do you do, generally? Listen music?
No.
You don't do anything. Windows.
Yes.
Favorite, I used to do this.
Just go for a nap.
Go for a nap. What else?
Watch anime.
Huh?
Watching anime.
Watching?
Anime. It's a type of cartoon.
Oh, it's a type of cartoon. Do you know, this is the time when you should watch or go and read this news from InShots. Monetization of your time. That's the last thing that I'm going to talk about. Your monetization of your time is one of the most important things you need to do. If you ever think somebody is going to give you 1 hour to study news, nobody will do that. You need to take out time. The time that you travel, every day you travel for an average 30 minutes?
Yes, sir.
1 hour. So average 30 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Up and 30 minutes down. So every day 1 hour. In the evening, I understand. Nobody wants to read news because you want to relax and enjoy. So I pardon you for that. But in the morning, you are fresh. 30 minutes of travel time. For your own success, for your own, if you want to be successful, can you go through the news and read it every day?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just do that. In the morning time, that's the best time to grasp what's happening around the world. You've got Google accounts.
Yes, sir.
Do you know there is an alert called Google Alert there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you put some alert there?
Yes,
Okay. Take out your mobile phones. Put a Google Alert of hospitality news. Every day, hospitality news at 2 o'clock in the morning will send you 12 to 19 notifications of the hospitality news that is happening worldwide. You need to read that. That's it. In order to be successful, this is what you need to do in the next 3 years. End of the story. You don't need to read any book. You don't need to go through anything. Just keep yourself updated with what's happening in the world. Because if you are low on skill, my dear friend, I can skill you. But if you are low on will, I cannot do anything. I'm willing to take somebody who's less skilled, but I'm not willing to take anybody who's low on will. And how do I know that? I just ask how well versed you are around the world. And if I know that you know everything around, then I would know that okay, you are somebody who loves to see things around. I will be more impressed and I'll have better chance to pick you up as compared to somebody who has answered 10 out of 10 questions. That's what life is. That's what recruiters look for. After 3 years, this is what recruiters will look for. Sometimes the news will not make sense to you, but just read it and you will understand that after 2 years it starts making sense to you. And you will start picking up things fast. Morning 30 minutes of your travel time is the time where you need to invest on the news and monetization of it. Most of the time we don't know how to monetize the time. And that is something that we need to really pick up. Your monetization of your time is something that will help you to grow as to what you want to be. We all want to grow big. We all want to earn money. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So how? These are the things. A lot of people will come and say a lot of things. And obviously, that's what they are called for. But at the end of the day, what's in for me? What do I do to become successful? If I talk about Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, you will say, alright Abdullah sir, that was great to hear, very motivating story. What do I do to become Dhirubhai Ambani? Yeah? Tell me something about me. How do I become successful? And that's what I'm telling you. That's what you need to do. You need to use this, you need to get updated with what is happening around the world because that's the need of the hour. And eventually, your dreams are the most important things that will help you grow in life. That's important. These are those dreams that don't let you sleep. These are not those dreams that you see while sleeping, as Mr. Kalam said. And that's a very famous quote that he said. These are those dreams that don't let you sleep. And that's the dreams I'm talking about. But how do you achieve those? Be regular. Be
Regular.
One touch point for you, be regular and be attentive. Two things. Attention will not happen if you're tired. 8 hours of sleep is a must. When you move up the ladder, you will realize 7 hours of sleep is a must because there's so much of work that you're doing. But try to get 7 hours at least. In your college time, 8 hours of sleep is a must. 10 o'clock you should be sleeping. If you really want to concentrate. I did that. I never started. One of the reasons why I used to pick up things, I used to open my book just 1 week before the examination. 1 week before. I never touched my books. My books are as new, even today. Even today, as new as they were given in the first year. I mean, I don't mean to say that you do that, okay? I'm blessed to have a very sharp memory. So, because I was always attentive, my books are as new. Even today I've got front office book with shining page cover on top. Because it was never opened. When in the third day for the first time you ask this ma'am, Pyari ma'am is still there, right? Oh, she's okay. Reena ma'am is there. She's there. Please go and ask her. She knows it. When for the first time I went to the library and I said, ma'am, a book chahiye. And she looked at me like this. Abdullah, you are asking for a book? अभी तो तुम्हारा 1 महीने के बाद farewell हो जाएगा. Why are you asking for a book? That is the first time I got a book issued from the library. Final exam, na? Third year. Pass on. So I had to study, I had to submit my assignments. So I needed a book. But that was the only time I went to the library. I mean, I went to the library, I used to go in all my periods in the library, I used to study, I used to chat as well. But the first book I got issued was in the third year. It's not a grade, okay? It's shame on me that I got the book, it's nothing great. But I could manage to do all this because I used to sleep 8 hours a day. I was very attentive. I exactly knew what my teachers said. I remember the lectures even today. Because I was fresh. I was not sitting till 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, chatting. At that time we used to chat, now there are phones. I never used to do that. My friends were friends, but at 10 o'clock, thank you friends, bye bye, I'm off to sleep. That was a discipline I followed. I still follow that discipline. I don't party too much. I ensure that I take good rest. By 11 o'clock I'm off to bed, and then I get up at 5 and then, or 6 o'clock whenever the time is. But I try to do about 7 hours a day. I still do that. 11 I'm off. Switch off my phone, as in switch off my internet, and then I'm doze off. I don't do too much parties. Saturday, okay, sometimes, but that's my routine from my childhood. And the reason I still remember lectures, my French lectures, which I didn't understand the word. She knows it. I still remember what Shalini ma'am taught me, what my teachers taught me here in the same class. I can still recall what they were saying because I just used to listen to them. That's it. Open the book, things to remember, done, sorted. End of the story. Close the book, out. That's it. I always have started from things to remember in my life. After the book there is something called things to remember.
Yes, sir.
Of course, in hospitality books it's not there, so I used to underline few things that I used to study, important things from between, that's it. But I have always in my life started from things to remember. Why? Because I only used to attentively listen to what the teachers say. And that was possible not because I'm a superstar, no. That was possible because I used to rest 8 hours. Key. What time do you guys sleep? Normally 11? Very good. 10:30? Good. 11, 10. Who sleeps after 12? Honestly, raise your hands. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try do this once a month. I mean, try do it for 1 month and you will see the change in your lives. It's difficult, it's not easy, huh? What I'm telling you is very difficult. It's not easy. But if you can follow it, life will move as per your own will. You will decide. Being attached, because see, you cannot be, I'm telling you, at this level, if you don't sleep, you don't take rest, you will never be able to understand what's happening here. You will miss out classes, you won't be regular, you will be sleeping in the class, and then you will complain that I was not successful. I didn't enjoy college. Well, you will never attend, how will you enjoy college? You understand?
Yes, sir.
So guys, I can speak for hours at length on a lot of topics, but I think at your level, at this stage, these are the 3-4 things that you need to keep in mind in order to be successful, and trust me, the life will salute you. Life will work the way you want, life will move the way you want, life will settle you the way you want. And as far as settling in the world is concerned, there is nothing that stops you from settling in America. There's nothing that stops you from settling in Australia. There's nothing that stops you from settling in Canada. There's nothing that stops you from settling in New Zealand. Wherever in the world you want to go, you can, because that's where all your seniors, super duper seniors, my seniors have settled and are doing some amazing work. So if they can, you can do it as well. And all of them were here in this classroom at one point in time. Whether they were my seniors or whether they were my juniors, all of us used to sit in these special chairs that you have inherited after taking admission here. So inheritance, you've got abundant. But from here on, it's your work. You need to take the legacy forward, and you really need to work hard to achieve it. And it's easy, it's not difficult. You don't need to do any rocket science. You just need to be regular, and you need to be attentive, and you need to participate. Examination, still there's a paper that comes. You mug up, you read, and you write. Yes? For experience, there is no examination. So you need to participate. Whatever that is happening here, whatever small, whatever big. Whether it's Taran, whether it's a small event, participate, be somewhere. Even if you are there to open the door, be there. Because it's going to add value to you. Don't think, this is one common thing in the younger generations, that I will take something important, I will not open the door. Very big deal. In Saraswati Puja, I was the guy who used to blow the shank. Am I right now? I was the one. Because that was the only thing I loved, and I could participate because obviously, I can't go because I don't know the prayers. The Saraswati Puja, I don't know the shlokas. So I can't do that. I was the only one who used to do that. Samapika ma'am and myself, two of us, we used to blow the shank. So my job was to blow the shank when Saraswati Puja was happening. I've done that. How many times? And I used to do it great.
Tell them about your Saraswati Puja, what you did. You changed the geography.
What?
The pond and
The pond and yeah. So it was all creativity, right? So we were doing Saraswati Puja and we said let's do something creative. So I don't know, if you have pictures, I'm sure you have pictures, you could just show it to them. So we decided that what we will do. So what we did, we made a small pond outside. We got a horse carriage. We got the ducks. We made a pond. We got the ducks. We got 2 piglets. We got ducks. We got a couple of animals from around. We created a small village, and then we created. So it's not about just puja. It's about adding something interesting and making it interesting. And everybody was so excited to get these piglets and get this ducks in the college. And rabbits as well, which apparently ran away, and Shambhala was the one who was trying to, and I was worried because I was the one who loaned it from these villages outside. Because all gave it to me on my own. Abdullah, I will take it, and the rabbit ran away. So I was more interested in finding the rabbit because I had to give that, because I had just loaned it from the back. But think creative, think out of the box. It doesn't stop you from doing these things. Today what happens that, these youngsters, when I talk, they all want to do important stuff. Nobody wants to do unimportant stuff. So my work in Saraswati Puja was blowing the shank, and then I loved taking the Saraswati Puja after the puja, I took for this immersion in the temple. Me, Shaban Hassan and all of us, we used to go. It was fun. Today that connect is not there. Because you feel, okay, Saraswati Puja is done, now immersion is the job of the college guys. But it's fun. I mean, you sit, go on a tempo, waving flags, go on the bank of the river, do the immersion properly. I used to do it, man. Because that's what I knew, I loved. Standing with the idol, taking it to the immersion. You know when you do it in, here at Hooghly we used to do, Sham Bazaar, if I remember.
Bagh
Bagh Bazaar. So we used to take it to Bagh Bazaar in a tempo. We learned, right? This is experience. This is not that was given to me in this thing. This is something that I learned over the experience. Nobody taught me. There is no marks for blowing the shank. Even today, I can, out of all of it, I can challenge. I can blow a better shank than you guys because I learned it here in college. That is the only time when anybody allowed me to touch the shank. Nobody gives me the shank now because they know I don't know. They feel scared possibly. But college was one place where I did shank so many times, and I loved it. And I can blow shank better than you even today. It's experience, understand. It's not about doing a small thing or a bad thing, or a small thing or a big thing. Even if I was to open the door, I have done that. Standing, we used to have those realias down in the restaurant. So if we dressed up, we used to open the door for our teachers when she used to come for dining. We used to open the door. That was my job. Amazing job. No service, no food service. Great. She will not see what mess I will do. So I was very happy to do the opening the door job. Otherwise she will, you don't know how to serve food. And that time we used to have our teachers who were very...
chauvinistic.
Yeah. So if we used to fault and little service, there is a little problem in the service, we had it. So I was very happy opening the door. बच गए. बोले कि भाई ये काम बहुत अच्छी तरह से आता है, no problem. Marks तो पूरे मिलने. It's experience. So with politeness, how you open the door, nobody can open a better door than me. Because I've done that. I've learned it. You need to crush your ego, guys. You need to really crush it. It really doesn't matter. Big deal. Your father might have 2 crores with you, 2 crores with him in his bank. But it's for him. What about you? If I remove his name from your name, will somebody give you 5,000 rupees job today? No, sir. You need to achieve it. And that's true for everybody, even for me. Despite of all the things that my family had, big deal. Farms and all, happy. But I need to prove it. That's for my ancestors, they've done it for me. I can't just live on their legacy, right? They left it great. But I need to prove myself, right? So I never come in that way. I will never come those inheritance that I have got from my family, fortunate that I am. That's for them, okay, fine, part of life. What about me? What about my success? What have I done? I am talking about my ancestors, right? What will my kids say? What will my kids say? What did our ancestor do? If I am talking about my ancestors, then my kids also need to talk about their ancestors, which is me. So I need to prove it, right? So you need to crush your ego. Whatever your parents have, it is for them and they have achieved it. Fantastic work. What about you? So you need to work hard. You need to prove yourself. You need to achieve success. You need to make sure that you get all the laurels in life. It's for you to achieve. It's for you to move up the ladder. It's for you to prove to your parents that you are the best. Not by dressing up, but by proving that yes, you are learning. Participating in everything that happens. It's not about small or big work. It's about being there. It's about being there. That is what matters. Experience is something where there is no book. As I said, tajrba. वो तो चल रही है, बिना चल रही है. And that is what we miss today. In today's generation, around the country, I see that we miss that. You want to be successful, that's how you'll walk. That's how you will get it, period. You won't hear a story about startups, right? This guy launched this and 1,000 crores he raised, right? But that's all that you have seen, right? You have not seen his struggle behind. You've not seen the struggle that goes behind in getting that 1,000 crores. There is no shortcut in life, I'm telling you. There is no shortcut in life. You will have to work hard. You will have to achieve a lot of things. I can talk really big things, but at your level, boss, just do these 3-4 things that I've told you. 1 year will change you. 1 year will change you. 1 year will change you. These trees that you see, we planted.
That one was there.
Still there, no?
Your tree was there.
Yeah. We planted the trees. You want to do something. Kya kare? So, tree planter. So you've done so much. Nothing. I mean, involve yourself. Involve yourself with activities around. That will make difference. And not only here in college, at home as well. You need to involve yourself with people around you if you want to be successful. Yes. Otherwise, nobody cares who you are. People, you need to touch people. Alright? You need to touch people. Only then will you get successful. If you think that you will not touch people and without touching them, you will become successful, it's wrong. When you walk in that door, every day, your friend should say, Mera yaar aa gaya. That is when you start growing. Growth doesn't happen, there's no Harry Potter. When you enter that door, the teacher should say, okay, the student has come. When this happens, that's when you start walking up the ladder. That is how you get success. That is what Dhirubhai Ambani and Mr. Mukesh Ambani and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, this is how they were. When they entered their places, they brought smiles on people's faces because they communicated with people, they interacted with people. That is what is important. That is how you will grow. This is the industry. We are not in the industry. Remember, we are not in the industry of making rockets. That we just need to sit on our systems and create rockets. We are hospitality industry. Simple. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So I wish you all the very best. And I just hope that you guys take back some message back home. Involve yourself with here, with parents, and the ecosystem that we engage with. And only then you will move up the ladder. And only then you will get success, otherwise no. It's very simple. There's no rocket science. So I hope that you follow this. I can talk for another 4 hours as well. There's so much to talk. But I think just do these 2-3 steps and you will see a change. These are OCIs. You know what is OCI? Orbit changing interventions. These are OCIs that you need to install in you. Because unless you reach from 1x to 10x, but if you want to go to that 100x and 1000x, you need to do these OCIs that we call orbit changing interventions in your own lives. How you communicate with people. These are OCIs. How you communicate with the college. How you communicate with your ecosystem. How you communicate with your parents, with your family. They cannot be left behind, right?
Yes, sir.
Ever you feel that you will leave behind your relatives, you are moving out of that OCI. You will never be able to achieve happiness. It is, they love it or leave it, whatever. You cannot leave the ecosystem. End of the story. Whether this grill loves to be here or does not love to be here, it cannot leave this world. End of the story. The power of this grill is only when it is intact with this world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So just in case you feel that you're growing up and you're going to leave your families behind and leave your ecosystem behind you for your friends, you're on a wrong track. And just one last thing. Your friendships are important, but they should not supersede your vision and your achievements. You need to choose your right friends. You all need to choose your right friends judiciously. This is the reason why you will grow, and this is the reason why you will not grow is because of your friends. I'm not trying to say that you stop meeting your friends, but you really need to take judicious decisions of your life whether you want to be with that person or not. And that goes for everyone.
Yes, yes.
And this is a very difficult question to know. Whether this friend is good for me or bad for me. And there's only one way to answer it. And I'll give you the key as well today before I go. There's only one way how you can find out. You want to know?
Yes, sir.
Ask this question to yourself. That my friend, would I want my son or daughter to be like him or her? If the answer is yes, be with him or her. And if the answer is no, take a U-turn. Take a
U-turn.
before it's too late. So I've asked you this question and I've also given the answer as well. It's taken me about a decade to realize the answer of this question. So I'm giving you what I've learned in 10 years, I'm giving you in 1 minute. This is what I learned. Simple. Ask yourself this question. Do I want my child to become like her or my daughter to become like her? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, stay with her. If the answer is no, then
U-turn.
ekdam. Be ruthless. Because if you won't be ruthless, you will lose your career. It is very important. See, your family will never misguide you. Your ecosystem of your teachers, mentors and people who love you will not misguide you. Then who misguides? I'm not turning against you. I'm not turning you against your friends. All I'm giving you an advice is that be very judicious in choosing your friends. Choose the right friends because they will either make you or break you. Be very careful of this. Alright? All the best and thank you.
Thank you, sir.